Hey, we're back, folks. Another episode of The Josh Potter Show. Welcome, my roaches. Come out from under the fridge. Come out from under the cupboards. Wherever you're hiding, it's time to be free. I'm, of course, Josh Potter, and today I have a very special guest in the studio. It's Annie Letterman, everybody.
Hey!
Woo!
I'm so excited to be here, guys.
Annie,
yeah.
I mean, we've seen each other quite a bit, and we hang out a lot. You look a little different today.
Yeah, the pandemic was rough on me. I used to be beautiful, but this is what I look like now.
God, you got to get with Whitney and get some of those injections, whatever that shit is. Get her some of those things, those Bopeps or whatever. But yes, no, Ryan Sickler is here today.
Substitute Sickler.
I know we were supposed to have Annie Letterman. We had all your wonderful questions on Instagram and things like that, but she had to cancel. So we have the man who made the Night Pants studio himself. He was right down the hall. We brought him in, and I love to have him. I couldn't have a better substitute, if you ask me.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm so happy that you could fill in. And do tell everyone where they could find you and what's going on in your life.
Of course, Ryan Sickler on all social media. RyanSickler.com is my website. Subscribe to the Honeydew Podcast, where we're highlighting the lowlights. Community's growing and growing. The Patreon's Honeydew with y'all, where I highlight the lowlights with y'all. You can submit a story for that if you have one that needs to be heard. honeydewpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah. You going to be on the road anywhere anytime soon? You got shows in L.A.?
I'm starting to, yeah, I do have shows in L.A. I'm at I don't know when this comes out. When does this come out?
This comes out next Tuesday.
So next Tuesday. So Supernova I'm doing
15th.
again on the 25th, I believe. Just go to my
Hell yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. But yeah, I know you're doing spots.
I definitely have local LA spots, Comedy Store, Improv, Supernova, West Side Comedy. Very excited to be back there as well. Have you done West Side?
I have not done West Side.
I got to introduce you to those guys. They're great.
All the clubs are coming back, eh? It's been fun.
And then September 16th, I do want to say this, 16th through the 18th, I'm in Phoenix at the Phoenix House of Comedy, and I'm starting to put the tour together now. So there will be more dates all available at RyanSickler.com.
Hell yes. And as for me, Josh _Potter on Instagram and at J_Potter on the Twitter. That's where you can find out where I'm going to be. At the time of this recording, I will be in Florida, or at the time of this airing, I'll be in Florida. And then when I get back, we'll have a bunch of dates. So look for those. I can't wait to announce them. And other than that, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that a great deal. Hit the little bell too. I hear that works and makes things extra special. And also twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. Watch me shotgun beers and play people on baseball. And I get mad at some people. I feel bad. If you watched recently, I got I did shrooms on my stream. Mm-hmm. And shrooms, they have you done shrooms?
Yeah.
They melt you to your core. So the servers were down on the game. And by the way, playing MLB The Show locked in your room on shrooms, not a great plan for shrooms. It's a frustrating game as it is. And you're on shrooms, you got trails, a curveball, you're like, what the fuck's going on? But I was getting upset at the person trying to match with me in the game, and I'm just yelling at him on the chat, and it's the servers are down, and he's like, I'm so sorry I couldn't match with you, and I was like, I had a moment of just anger at the situation, and then a moment of almost crying because I was apologizing to the kid on the thing. I'm like, I am so sorry for losing my temper there. It just turned into me literally sobbing because I felt terrible.
Ruined your shrooms.
I just got upset, and then I also it wasn't a. So yeah, no, come aboard the stream and play baseball and watch me get frustrated and all the emotions, a roller coaster of emotions happening on there. Do you play video games at all?
Not
You
anymore,
don't have time. You're a dad. What the fuck am I talking about?
Look, man, anytime Madden or Halo or something like that presents itself these days, I will sit down and have a game. I had a kid talk some shit to me. He's my friend's stepson. He's says he's never lost in Madden. I'm like, get the fuck. Everybody's lost. He's like, he says he's never lost. I go, okay. But I was used to playing on Xbox. I'm like, I'll play on PlayStation. Let me just it ain't no big deal. Let me just get my feel for it. I beat the shit out of this kid. And then he was like, all right, it's a fluke or whatever. So I took Cleveland, which is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
And crushed this kid. Just crushed him. And literally crushed his spirit and ego and everything else to boot on the way
I love fucking up little kids on Madden, especially when they're like related to you. My little cousin, or it's actually my cousin's kid, so I guess he's my cousin too. But he would say the same shit. He'd talk shit about Madden. I'm like, I don't think you understand who you're talking to. I am a childless, middle-aged man who's played this my whole life. I'm gonna fuck you up. And I put up 100 on him in like 3 quarters. I'm like, I'm playing on all Madden. He's playing on like rookie or whatever. And I murdered him. He cried. I made him cry. And then like he made him quit and everything like that. And I was like, that's what you got to do. You got to make him learn, baby. Can't fuck with the kid.
No,
Where do you think I came from?
See, and everybody
they think
back
I don't
in the
know.
day,
I think I'm old or something. They don't know. I don't know video games.
They all back in the day used to do the 4th and 30, and they'd go for it, and it'd be Randy Moss or whatever. So I just started learning how to run the ball, and now, I mean, I'm averaging 6-7 yards a carry. You're not gonna stop my run game, and the minute you worry about my run game, and the minute you worry about my run game, I'm dumping it right over your fucking head.
That's football, baby. Yes. That's Nick Saban shit that he's talking about.
My stepson would talk shit to me and shit, and I'd start laughing. He's like, "What just happened?" I was like, "Oh, that's called a 2-minute warning. You didn't get that play."
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
That's what I love
tell
too.
him how to do the timeouts, and I'm like, "Oh yeah. You wait. Hey, there's 2. Didn't you realize you could have called 3? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, you had 3 timeouts. That's how you teach them.
Yeah, they don't know the rules.
Nah, like, oh, that's a 2-minute warning.
The half ends.
The half ends.
You get the ball back. You're like
3 timeouts.
Yeah, the half ends though, and then you get the change of possession, and they're like, what happened?
He's
You're
like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm calling one of my timeouts.
Oh, don't you remember the coin toss?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you selected to receive.
Yep.
Should have kicked. Should have kicked. Oh, well.
Yep. We are no mercy on video games. No fucking mercy.
Yeah, I love fucking up kids on video games. Oh, what was I going to say? I had a point to make about that too. And it's, I don't know. It's just playing video games now, like you have little kids, if you play online, they smoke you too sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And then they call you
he beats me in basketball. My stepson kills me in NBA because I don't know that one. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I know the game and the sport. I know how to do it, but he kills me.
The thing, I tried playing NBA, and I realized I don't know how basketball works.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You shoot the ball, it's 3 points here, 2 points here, but I don't understand. They set up like plays.
Yeah, triangle offense.
Don't have any fucking idea what they're doing with that shit. So I don't understand the positions. I'm like, what's the difference between a power forward and a shooting forward? Is that the other one? I don't know what the difference is, what they do. I know what a point guard does, and I know what a center does. But even that gets wish-washy, I feel like now. You know?
Yeah.
There's no finding out. Do you remember like the old cheat codes? Like Michael Vick would be like, you can't be Michael Vick or you can't be Bo Jackson in the old Tecmo Bowl and shit like that.
Well, you know who I always played with that was just as good, not as good as Bo, because Bo was Bo. In video game history, Bo was Bo. But on the other side of the ball was Lawrence Taylor on the Giants.
Yes.
And he was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. He would fuck you up. He'd sack you. So I started, that's the thing. I'd be like, okay, there's a guy that's Bo Jackson on the other side of the fucking ball, and I would just start murdering people with the Giants. And then I got lucky, and I figured out the pattern for kick returns. Did you know the...
Oh, when you just like the
you
up
bring
and
it out, you bring it out, and if you hit the right fucking triangle,
they're all falling over each other.
You're gone. You're gone every time. Yeah,
it's crazy because when that shit, that was what the standard was, and then they made NHL like '95 for Sega, and I remember like seeing it in my head exploding. They had instant replay. They had the blood coming out of the guy, the fighting, and I remember I went to my mom and I cried like as if a family member died. I'm like, I need this game. And she like was like, fine, all right, she finally got it for me like months later. And I would play that game and I would call the games like a psychopath, like I was Rick Jeanneret. Like I would be yelling in my fucking room. I'd be like, Gar! And my parents would be like day and night, dude.
I don't know if I've told this on your show before, but we would play so much. Okay, so back in the day, we're talking about high school kids. You know, we're playing. My favorite one ever was Little League World Series. Some fan just fucking sent it to me recently on social media. And they had, you had the Mexican kids with Jaime. Like this chubby little kid would come up, but he'd hit bombs. You know
yeah.
So we had these crazy fucking tournaments going on. And, it was no parents. There's no supervision. People are drinking. And it's best of 4, whatever. Best of 7. I mean, we're all rotating through the house. And this one epic fucking game. It's me and my buddy Chris Sheeler. And, I mean, we must be 18, 19, 20 innings into this fucking game. Bases loaded, 2 out. And it didn't matter if you dropped it into right field. I always threw to first.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah.
Drops it into right field. He gets up. Everybody's high-fiving. He throws the controller down. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I throw it to first, and I hear, out! And I was like, what? He goes, what? He turns out. He's like, no! No! I was like, I got him! Holy shit, I got him! And the next inning, I fucking hit a homer and walked it off.
That's like, did you see that Javi Baez play or that fucking first baseman?
Yeah, by the way, the dumbest play I've ever seen. All you have to do is step on first and it's over.
That's
it's
the kind of shit.
Out, you fucking moron. Why are you getting in a run out?
Listen,
turn around and walk back to the bag.
Will Compton, if you're out there, buddy, I'm not trying to throw shade your way. I knew that one in gym class, though. You know what I mean?
For real.
And I just can't imagine what he was thinking. I feel so bad. Like, I had this moment of like, oh man, this guy's got to turn his phone off for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine being Will Compton right now and having to just take that is the
only saving grace. It wasn't a
what is that equivalent
moment.
to in another sport? Well, and it's also the Pirates. Their season is fucking bullshit anyway.
What is it equivalent to? I mean, because
like in another sport, would it
cost
be
him a run and he ended up getting a dub? Is it like the Sanchez butt fumble or?
But was that like as
running
consequential?
It the wrong way
Because it's such an elementary play, and yes, I did say elementary. People out there are going to point that out that I didn't say elementary like I used to.
Yeah, it's elementary.
I say elementary now. I've reformed. Okay. People can fix. Stone Phillips used to talk like a fucking hick before he got on the air.
Is that right?
Yeah, he used to be like, y'all don't know, bow, bow, and they had to shake that shit out of him. No regional dialect on the air. But anywho, yeah, no, that, I thought about it and I was like, that is the most simple play that you could have made. And
that's how every infield play
it'd be like in
football,
it would be like recovering a fumble and then running it into the other end zone.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. I don't know. Like, or in hockey.
Jose Canseco, ball off the dome over the fence, home run. You know.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe like that.
That was such a El Mago, baby, the magician. I can't believe he celebrated and then got to second somehow. That was a crazy watch.
Second.
That was maybe the craziest baseball play I think and I'm new to baseball, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my fucking life. You want to hear something cool about baseball? Let's go into the sports for a second, and we will have some fun. Get that video prepped up there. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, we're here. But no, I found this video that I think you'll find very interesting. Do you remember George Brett?
Of course.
Well, George Brett, legend, obviously. We found this fun video. This was sent in by a Roach reporter out there, Matt O'Donnell.
I'm guessing I know this video.
Do you know this video? I've never seen this video.
Diarrhea crab legs?
It is.
Oh,
this is a known
legendary
video. Well, Matt O'Donnell pointed it out to me.
Legendary.
And I thought
I would love to sit here and watch it.
This is what people in the ballpark or on the field, during practice, this is the kind of conversation that they have with one another. And here it is, George Brett.
To the left side. I shit my pants last night. I did. Went out and had a great meal, just a great fucking meal. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad in the car. I'm going, Travel, hurry up, man. I got to shit. I had fucking shit in my pants. I went to... I'm good twice a year for that. When was the last time you shit your pants? Yeah. Been a while?
This dude's just trying to stretch.
I was in Vegas a couple years ago. Just an honest-to-God true story. Staying at the Bellagio. I went over to the Mirage for dinner, met some friends of mine over there. Went to Kokomo's, a great little steakhouse. The guy brings out some fresh crab legs. These just came in, I got to give them to you guys. I'm eating them. Then we go play gamble a little bit. I had a tea time early in the morning. So I said, look, I got to get going. I'm walking back to the hotel. I get 3/4 of the way out of the lobby, and all of a sudden I go, oh, fuck.
Was that? Oh, that was it. Okay, good. I just feel bad for the guy.
The rest of that video?
What does he say at the end?
He shits himself.
Well, I figured it was going there.
It's so goddamn funny. But what makes me laugh is that looks like a younger guy who's just looking up to this icon.
Yes.
This is George fucking Brett. This is Cal Ripken. This is Derek Jeter. He's like, and I'm fucking shitting my pants. I'm good twice a year for
Not only that, it's like
so humanizing.
It's like a guy at work.
Yeah.
It's like a guy at work. You're just like, oh, the old guy's coming up to my cube again. And he's like, wait till you hear about last night. And you're just stuck there. He's stuck there in a stretch, the poor guy.
He's not going anywhere.
Finally, he's like, maybe if I squat and act like I'm not stretching anymore, he'll stop telling me this story.
The best thing is he's like, when's the last time you shit your pants? He's like, I don't know. It's been a while. I'm good twice a year.
I think when I was like
that.
7. Yeah. When I was like 7, I don't know. I'm good twice a year for it. And it always happens at a hotel.
Twice a year.
I should, after a good meal. It's like, maybe, what are you eating, George Brett? I mean, they're living like kings, though. Look at like Tony LaRussa. How many times a year do you think Tony LaRussa shits himself?
Hey, once a week. He's up there.
You'll see Yohan Moncada hit a home run, be like, fucking assholes, and shit himself. Yerman Mercedes, just trying to get a contract out there, dude. But yeah, Tony, I sent it to you, but fuck it, forget it. I sent Ash a picture yesterday, but I only texted it to him because I have a photo of, I think it's a Photoshop of Tony LaRussa in the new South Side Chicago jerseys. Mm-hmm. You know Tony LaRussa ain't happy about wearing these. Like, they look like Grand Theft Auto font.
Yeah.
It's like South Side, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you just see Tony LaRussa being like, what the fuck is this shit? I can't even imagine what he's going to think having to put that on. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by ExpressVPN. And I used to think, like, I don't really care if the government's watching my web search history or things like that. But then I started going, like, maybe I should care, you know? And people started telling me, like, yeah, it's kind of a thing. So I started going, like, well, maybe I'll get ExpressVPN. Maybe I'll get another one. I'm not sure. I was mulling it over. But then I'll tell you what put me over the top. When I found out I can watch Dodger games and Angels games now in my own market, I was all aboard, baby. And then I was like, yeah, now I can encrypt my things on top of the fact that I can watch the Dodgers and Angels games. I mean, this thing, ExpressVPN, this thing goes on all your devices. I mean, it will encrypt your iPad, your computer, your phone, everything within your home if you want that to be the case. Incognito mode doesn't do anything, it turns out. This is how you go about, hiding all of your search history and things like that. ExpressVPN is so easy to use, even a dummy like me can install it and put it in. And I'm so happy that I did because, again, no prying eyes. And I can watch the Dodgers games. I'm pretty pumped about that. So stop letting strangers invade your online privacy. Watch your favorite sports team in your local market and go to expressvpn.com/Josh. Use my link. That's expressvpn.com/Josh. You get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/Josh. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by Babbel. Now, we've all suffered through high school second language classes. It's the worst. You got some smelly teacher who's just droning on, and you don't even want to listen to them speak English, let alone another language. But now Babbel has gotten rid of all of that, and maybe you regret not learning more back in the day. These things are 15-minute lessons. I mean, they are quick, they are easy, they are on your phone. It's the perfect way to get started on learning a second language. They design their courses with real-world conversations in mind. That way you can actually use them out and about. Restaurants are opening back up again. There's that French spot. You could take a little lady over there and press her. Throw a little French around. It's pretty cool. There's all kinds of languages on there, not just French, by the way. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel's lessons were created with over 100 language experts. And with Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German, and many more. As I said, there's 14 of them. I bet there's languages you and I never even heard of. Go learn one of those, for Christ's sake. So right now, when you purchase 3 months of Babbel, you can get a 3-month subscription, and you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months total, and just for the price of 3. You go to Babbel.com and use promo code Josh. That's BABBEL.com, code Josh, for 3 extra months for free. Babbel, language for life. We have another video. Obviously, Asian hate is something that is a big prevalent topic right now, and we admonish all of it here at the Josh Potter Show, of course. But did you know that it's not just Americans that are doing Asian accents and things like that, turns out? there's also other countries that are doing that. And in the AEW recently, the Spanish announcers were caught on a hot mic doing a little something.
Wait, there's racism everywhere?
I guess so. I'm coming to find out.
Let's see this.
Y Willy que haga Shira.
Willy, que haga Shira.
¡Cállate!
¡No manches! Le voy a aventar la pluma si usted no se lo avienta.
Ella habla inglés. Qué malo.
Pausado. Bonito.
So yeah, they were thinking they were off the air and they were going to a commercial. And they're just the context of it is yet to have come out in terms of like what they were talking about. I assume they were just talking about the Asian people, as far as like, the people that are wrestling or commenting on something. But it's pretty wild to me that they, I'm trying to find their fucking names, these people.
It's always blown me away when
they're just sitting on there. I don't know what they're saying in Spanish either. So here's the, Dave Meltzer reported on this, who's like a big WWE, AEW guy. It's during a commercial break, like I said. So they thought they were off the air, and that was like the Chiron. What is that called, Dash? A fucking graphic during a transition. What is that fucking called? Do you know? Not a Chiron. I don't fucking remember what the
bug.
Something. Yeah, that's just up on the screen because they haven't gone to. Their mics are still hot, and they haven't gone to a commercial yet. So, the woman's name is Urbina. The guy's name is Alex. Thunder Rosa and Dasha Carell's mics were left on during the break when they were instructed to do Shida, as in translate her promo. So they had to like translate a Japanese person's promo, or I'm sorry if it's not Japanese, by the way, I don't know, but an Asian person's promo for the Spanish-speaking crowd. Then she did like a stereotypical imitation, as we heard, and then they all jokingly tell her in a Spanish to stop. They were like, "Hey, you should probably quit that." That's what the other guys were doing. They're like, "That's malo." I think I heard them say that. So that's
bad.
We've broke it down. Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear it again? Do you want to hear it be racist again?
Yeah, let's hear it. It hits different.
Because now you have to hear. Well, this is the thing.
Listen, this is fun to be able to be sitting on the outside of racism.
Well, you have to also dissect, because usually there would be a person saying like, "Hello there, I'm a white American person," and then they would go into the. But in this case, I don't understand the Spanish either. I'm like, which one's the you know what I mean? So that's me being a stereotypical. I'm like, I can't tell the difference between.
I can't tell if there's an Asian making fun of Spanish or Spanish making fun of an Asian.
So
I can't tell.
Maybe we're the true ignorant ones on a higher level, and it comes back to us circling
it's
around.
To watch this.
Watch. Let's see. Now that you know what's happening there, let's see what.
Let's see how my Spanish is.
Y Willy que haga Shira.
Willy, que haga Shira.
¡Cállate!
¡No manches! Le voy a aventar la pluma si usted no se lo avienta.
Ella habla inglés. Qué malo.
Pausado. Bonito.
So I don't know what.
But it sounded like a guy and a girl doing it.
Yeah, so they got all a little bit out of hand.
The guy's the one that first did something.
The clip game steamed overnight thanks to a tweeted clip of the audio directed at both AEW and Tony Khan, who owns AEW. You know Tony Khan, right? Shad Khan's kid. As of now, neither of them have done anything about it or made a comment publicly. So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Did you see this little...
Can I tell you this story?
Yes, please. No, please.
This is racism.
Yes, I love a good racism story.
This is a good racism one right here. So I used to work with this Filipina girl, right? And this is when Chipotle had first come out. I didn't know what Chipotle was. And
you call it Chipotle?
No, we were all trying to figure out where to go for lunch one day. It was like a handful of us, and someone suggested Chipotle. I'm like, "What's that?" And she goes, the Filipina girl goes, "It's like." She said this shit out loud for like
it's
15
like
people.
I can't wait.
It's like Subway for Mexicans. That's what she said in an office setting out loud. And everybody looked at her like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "You know what I mean." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what the fuck you mean."
It's like Subway for Mexicans. Oh my God.
Like you can only be Mexican to eat at Chipotle.
And it's like their Subway.
And Mexicans don't eat at Subway either. They go there.
Oh my God.
She said that
shit
actually, out loud.
There's weird ways that
people were pissed.
It's like,
it's
yeah,
like, fuck yeah.
It's people will get pissed, but If she didn't say Mexican Subway, it'd be if she was like, it's like Mexican food Subway.
That's it. I mean, I knew what she was going for.
Because it's
but
like you
she
step
said
up
that
and
shit
it's
all
like,
wrong.
you know, the Sebastian joke, like you pick bread and then you move to the next thing. It's the same thing at Chipotle. She said it all wrong. It's
That's
Mexican.
and the whole sickle cell thing with Tom and Christina calling me that. Like, Christina ended up knowing this girl that coincidentally, I was a writer at the time, writer-producer at Fox. This woman worked there, but like on the other side of the building, and I never left that corner. I'd come in that corner, I'd stay in that fucking corner, and I would leave that corner. I never saw her. So at a party one night, Christine and I were hanging out, and she's like, oh, and she's like, I work. I'm like, where do you work? She's like, there. I'm like, I work on that floor every day. So she comes around the corner one day, and I don't know it. And my back is to her. I'm sitting in my little cubicle, and on the other side of me, this little young, like, effeminate black kid named Kedron sits across from me. And he and I are like buddy, And she comes down the hallway and she screams, she goes, Sickle Cell! And I'm like, oh, I don't even look up. I'm like, oh. And then I hear Kedron on the other side. This is where the story is where Tom always says it. He goes, Sickle Cell. You just hear him on the other side, and I was like, oh, God.
He wasn't like...
And I'm turning around trying to tell her, shut the fuck up. And he's like, Sickle Cell. I go, isn't that awful, Ash? This is the nickname they get. I say, Ash. I said, isn't that awful, Kedron? That's the nickname they fucking gave me over here, Sickle Cell. And she's screaming it in the fucking
Was
office.
he
Was
there any moment where he was like, is she talking to me?
He stood up.
Yeah.
To look, like, what the fuck? It came around. I was like, it's a long story.
Because sickle cell anemia, of course, only in
the inner city blacks.
If you don't know.
If you don't know.
Some people might not know, And that's why we like to inform here. It's time for the news. Oh, fuck. It's not time for the news, Ash. It's not time. It's not time, because I was about to set it up, too, and I forgot. The video of the other video we had. We'll do the news. Don't you fucking worry out there. It's coming. I got some news. But we had another video that I thought was interesting, and I think this is a good strategy. Maybe, I know you have kids getting into sports, a stepson. Maybe you can tell him this is the way you get ahead. Because I think this is, people said this is a sus move. I think this is like mind games. This is like alpha move. So here we are. A little defense coming up here.
Man.
He really grabbed on.
Looked like he had a lot to grab onto is what I'm looking at, first of all.
Well,
he grabbed
can we get a freeze on that portion?
It looks like his hand's this fucking far open on that.
Well, he's a basketball player. I mean, let's see. Can we get there we go. Yeah, see, that's great defense. Is that a foul? I don't know basketball. Is that Is that flagrant? What is that?
Yeah, I would say grabbing a man's dick is a flagrant foul.
He's going to think twice before he goes into the paint, though. You know what I mean? Next time he's going to line up and he's going to charge the basket. He's going to remember that.
That's some dirty shit, man. You go grab a dude. Come on, how more vulnerable could you be? Your body is wide open, and you're vulnerable shit. You're going to hit the guy in the dick.
Well, he's clearly falling over. He needed something to grab onto.
It's helping him more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're falling off a boat,
well,
and you gotta grab onto a dick,
you
can
put
grab
it
it
like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. If I was falling off a boat and had to hold on to a dick, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab the shit out of that dick.
You think if Tom, when he was going up and he fell, he would have grabbed a dick to prevent him from falling?
Not for the amount of money he's made off of that.
I'm just saying, I'm grabbing at whatever I can if my life's in peril. I'll treat that shit like a ladder.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna grab your dick if it's like 8-6. You know what I mean? we don't even know the score.
We don't know the score. That
might be the jump ball, right?
As I said, if I'm trying to get in this guy's head, make sure he stays out on the perimeter.
You're getting in all his head.
I'm swinging from that shit like Tarzan.
Yeah,
making sure he stays the fuck away from the hoop. You think twice before you charge the basket, brah. But yeah, I don't even know who that is, but I think that's good defense. And also, if you were just trying to save your life, I respect that as well. And
yes, respect on the
also, kudos on the penis, sir.
It looks like a hog.
Yeah, that guy's got a nice piece. And he
looks like a couple guys could grab one of that and save themselves.
He could save a
whole... like, Josh, there's plenty of room here. Grab on.
This guy could save a whole battleship. It's got all the sailors. But yeah, dude, it's fucking. I think that we should pat him on the back for being so charitable with his penis and saving that man's life with it at the same time. At top of everything. Now it's time for the fucking news, Josh. God, I'm so fucking dumb. Oh my God, and my fucking computer's being so dumb to me too. Yeah, this is what happens when. Oh no, you poor Ash. That one didn't have sound, dude. You don't have to switch it over, right? It's all good. It's all good. We're getting it together, dude. We're gonna figure this out before you know it. Get that box going. All right, let's continue. As soon as
Ash, you keep giving Josh my mic. I'm seeing my mic now.
I'm sorry, dude.
God damn, I got to get a new sock on that. I don't want any after a pandemic. I don't want anybody on my microphone. Can we please
keep that
make
shit
a Ryan
in there.
Sickler microphone?
Keep that shit in there
and be extra OCD with it.
Keep that. Yes. I mean, I don't even think about those things. You're right. Sorry. I should put a label on it or something.
There is. This is on.
We have serious things in the news now. Stop laughing. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, there is some terrorism. Terrorism is back, just like everything else. Everything's coming alive. Terrorism is back in the headlines, and I am just tickled about it. Don't you just want to feel normal again and have America hate one thing instead of each other, So this headline, where did it go? This headline reads, member of banned group breached anti-terror order for sex. This is over in the UK, you see. They have this group. They call them the ALM because I assume the reporters and the media don't want to sound racist trying to pronounce what it's called. It's like the Al Muhajiran or something like this. But they've done some bad things. They bombed London Bridge a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember that.
In Arizona?
Is there
That's where it is.
London Bridge is in Arizona?
Yeah, man. They moved the London Bridge years ago to Arizona. Look it up.
Well, whichever one's over there in London.
I don't even know how the fuck they did it.
Well, hey.
Ash, Google it right there. London Bridge, Arizona.
Guess what, terrorists? You done fucked up then. You got the wrong one.
You got the wrong one. That's where it is. I'm telling you. It's in Havasu. I'm telling you. I don't even know how the fuck they did. Bro, what year did it move to Arizona? It's been there for a minute.
The London Bridge and Doug Stanhope all running away to Arizona. It's wild. Havasu.
It's in Havasu. They relocated it.
The Josh Potter Show is also brought to us by Talkspace. Listen, I mean, the world is opening back up, and we've all experienced a bit of trauma this past year. I don't care who you are. Literally, collectively, we've all experienced trauma. And now you can have a therapist right in your pocket for when those moments creep up. Hell, you might be a person who before coronavirus, before the pandemic, you had little inklings of things that you wanted to take care of in terms of your mental health, and the pandemic might have shoved it into overdrive. Well, this is the best time to get on board with Talkspace. I mean, I'm getting on board, and it is just helping me in ways that I can't possibly articulate, and it would be way too involved for me. You're not my therapist, so I'm not going to tell you about it. But nevertheless, they do something that is affordable, and they have so many different resources. Their therapist network has thousands of licensed therapists with years of experience in over 40 specialties, including depression, anxiety, substance abuse, trauma, anger management, relationship issues, food and eating issues, and so much more. And it's secure. And they have all the secure and privacy that you would come to expect from, your therapist. You don't want them out there. So right now, you can go as a listener of this podcast and get $100 off for your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, you just got to go to Talkspace.com and make sure you use the code Josh, and you get $100 off your first month. And that shows the support for the show if you do that, by the way. That's Josh and Talkspace.com. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by Policy Genius. You listen to me talk, I'm stupid. I don't know how to do anything. I'm a man-child. And Policy Genius has opened my eyes to the importance of life insurance. It's not an insurance company. They're more like a broker in that they help you compare prices and they find you the best deal on life insurance. And life insurance is important if you run a business. It's important if you have a family. It's important for a lot of reasons that you might not even understand quite yet. And Policy Genius does a great job at helping you get started and understand the true importance of having life insurance. And they make it easy for you to understand and things like that. All you got to do first is go to policygenius.com/Josh. In minutes, you're going to be able to work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find the best price. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get scammed out of something. You don't want to get lost in the weeds. Policy Genius is bringing it all to you, and they're never going to sell your information to other companies. They don't have extra fees or anything like that. They just want to help you out and hook you up and get you the best life insurance possible for you. So right now, you just got to go to policygenius.com/Josh and get started. Policy Genius, when it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. Well, whatever one they got over there in London, these fellas bombed it.
Bombed the wrong bridge.
Apparently. They're an outlawed Islamic group, as I mentioned. Multiple attacks, plots. I just want to make sure I got it right. Oh, Fishmonger's Hall, they did that one. Westminster Bridge, that's the one I'm talking about. Westminster Bridge. Yeah. Sorry, London folk out there. My bad. They also murdered some guy named... some French name, I don't know, in 2013. But anyhow, they have this thing. They have these TPIMs, which is like a terrorist watch list, but they like kind of put them on house arrest. Like you get like an ankle bracelet if you know terrorists, apparently.
Even if you know them.
Yeah, this is literally what this guy...
So you're monitored if
they
you're
kept this guy. They kept this guy's name secret because, for legal purposes. But his name is QT on here. That's what I'm going to refer to him as. He had an 18-month community order that he pleaded guilty to breaching terrorism prevention investigation measures. That's TPIM. He had these things because he was considered to be like associated with terrorists. And he didn't commit any of the acts, but he was like a member of their like group or whatever. Okay. And so he gets 18 months of this TPIM, which is like probation. Subjects face measures such as wearing an electronic tag, curfews, relocation, bans on internet use, and they limit who they can meet and where they can go. It can be imposed on a person for a maximum of 2 years. And the latest official figures show there's only 3 people that are actually like on this list that are doing this. But so this man snuck out. He decided, you know what I need? Some fucking pussy. And I don't care about my bracelet or whatever. I'm going out there and I'm getting that pussy. Don't you think that is probably the least Islamic thing that you could be?
Yeah, but I also laugh in the face of religion and law and all these things that think you can put a limit on a man's sexuality.
Oh, sure.
They're gonna fuck.
Yeah, unless you're gonna cut their dick off.
Fuck. You think all the Catholics in the history, let's leave, obviously the children are being molested. But
yeah, that
still,
happened for sure.
They're fucking. They're
yes.
Like, even I grew up as a Catholic kid, and they're like, if you touch yourself, you're going to burn in hell. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to burn in hell. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I am touching myself. Like, pussy will forever be the thing that's the downfall
it doesn't matter.
Of all of it.
And like the thing about the Islam thing is like, yeah, they're not only is he breaking the law for pussy, but he's breaking the tenets of Islam.
He's putting his life at risk for pussy.
Well, that's true because of the law, but I'm saying also, what is he a terrorist for then? Do you know what I mean? Like, think about the thing that he is in.
He's like, I'm gonna terrorize that pussy.
But like, my point is like, he's not even following the rules of why he's in this position in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so that's my point. They should look at it as a rehabilitation. Like, hey, we've actually done some good with this guy. Mm-hmm. He's out there just trying to get his dick wet.
He just wants to get laid.
Like a real democratic capitalist.
What's the matter with that?
Like a real Westerner. He's just trying to get some fucking pussy.
How the world keeps going.
So I feel like this is part of his rehab to get pussy, to sneak out. That's my whole point on that. I think we should allow him to just go out and get the pussy because it's making him more American. You know?
Should be allowed to be just delivered to your door.
Don't you think, too, like I always had this theory. The 9/11 guys, they were down in Florida doing, like, training, right? Like pilot training. In the meantime, they were going out to, like, strip clubs and shit. Don't you think if they went to a couple better strip clubs, maybe we could have convinced them?
They
would have been like, "Hey, this is actually pretty good over here."
Yeah,
You're
supposed to be getting 40 virgins or whatever it is. What do you? It's the opposite of what you're doing here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we would have shown them what 40 whores can do, they wouldn't have wanted 40 virgins anymore, and maybe they wouldn't have got on those planes. Yeah.
Like, I missed my flight.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was partying. I was up all night with Diamond last night, then fucked around and missed my flight, man.
40 whores will make them forget all about those fucking virgins.
Everybody lived because there was some good pussy involved. That's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame.
Everybody overslept and missed their flight.
Could have saved a lot of people that day.
Saved a lot of people.
But there is another.
Bless you, sex workers.
Yes.
Bless you. Y'all, I'm telling you, I got love for you. Y'all do it.
And that's the power of a sex worker is that you could prevent terrorism.
You're the real heroes.
You could convert one of these guys.
You're the real hero.
There's a guy.
Put some capes hanging off your pussy, ladies. Put some capes hanging off of it.
They go like this, and instead of it just being tits, there's a big S there. There's another man who tried to join ISIS from our side of the fence over here. Feds arrested a Seattle man at the airport for trying to join ISIS. That's a little past the ISIS time, pal.
I mean,
that's like trying to join. The
Klan.
Yeah, like welcome to 20 years ago, bro. That was hot 20 years ago.
What do you mean trying to join it, too? Like, what is he doing?
Let's see here. This 20-year-old from Seattle, his name was Elvin Hunter Williams, is accused of trying to join ISIS. Court documents say he wanted to become an executioner or a machine gunner. I don't think those are the positions they have open on ISIS when you sign up. I'm applying for executioner. They're like, this fucking guy.
You're going to be a farmer for the first 3 months.
You're going to be a cum pig for the first 3 months. You know what I mean? Like this guy is not going to be a fucking executioner. That's like high ranking shit. Prosecutors said in the court filings that he was also trying to make plans to attack the Seattle Pride Parade. Williams was about to board a flight to Cairo, Egypt via Amsterdam when agents in the FBI Seattle Joint Terrorism Task Force arrested him around 1:30 p.m. just before Memorial Day. Let's see. Court documents say school administrators reported him after he said he wanted to join ISIS and called the deadly ISIS attack at Ariana Grande concert in Manchester justified. They declined to say what school he went to. So this kid's just at school going like, the guidance counselor's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's like, ISIS.
ISIS. I want to be a machine gunner for ISIS.
I would like to be the executioner. And they're like, oh, okay. So they could have raised some flags a little earlier, but they decided to wait till he bought a fucking plane ticket to Cairo, apparently. He self-radicalized and converted to Islam and started going to the mosque. That's pretty interesting. Imagine a white guy going into the mosque. Like,
sir.
Sup? Is this the mosque?
Deliveries around back.
Which way's east? Which way's east? Along the line, he reverted back to his old radicalized ways. We think most of it as a result of watching those ISIS propaganda videos. They're going to blame it on the propaganda videos. Those aren't even well done. I mean, Jesus. So it's like somebody's sitting right next to them telling them, kill, kill, kill. That's what's in this one video that he watched, apparently. Williams explained that he would prefer to conduct an attack overseas, but would instead conduct an attack in the United States if they wanted him to, if he wasn't allowed to travel. He made a video that opined that he would be able to kill more people if he goes overseas as compared to local attack that would only kill around 20 people. So he's just on some like Twitch stream or some shit being like, yeah, if I go overseas, I'd kill way more people than if I was here, dude. So like, I'm going to try to get over there, get my startup going, become a real executioner, machine gunner guy. This guy, it's just so weird that a young 20-year-old wanted to join ISIS. I mean, that's like wanting to join hair metal when Nirvana came around. You know what I mean? Like, ISIS is done, dog. You know?
Yeah, it's been done.
It's been done, you know? Have fun. I say the punishment should be let him go join ISIS.
You're right.
They will fuck him up so bad.
The second he landed,
he's like, I'd like to be in ISIS. And they're like, oh, yeah? Okay. Or worse, it'd be like, here.
Yeah, fuck that. Yup. No.
Let's see. He went on to, there's just some of the shit this kid says, like talking about going to the Pride Parade and doing stuff. He's like, He's trying to recruit people. He's like, come on, do it with me. Let's go do the gay pie parade in Seattle. He's trying to get more people to join ISIS,
do
like
what?
on TikTok and shit. He says, if we get a semi-truck, we can all drive all the way through the parade and not stop once. Then we can get out and shoot them. And he laughed on the thing. That's a poor plan, bro. I mean, you're just bad at this, dude. Like, the guidance counselor at the school should have even just said that to him. Just been like, you want to get into ISIS? You're failing gym class.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You
did 6 pull-ups.
You had a difficult time running the mile.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a little bit strenuous stuff going on in ISIS. You're gonna have to climb. You've seen enough
They're
videos.
climbing shit.
They're climbing walls, going on nets and shit.
Fences,
Yeah.
rope nets. Yeah.
And according to the
And
nurse,
that running on sand is hard, man. It's one of the hardest things you can do is run on loose sand.
according to the school nurse, you have a myriad of allergy medications, and I just don't think you'll do well in the desert.
Some little kid out there with an inhaler in ISIS. Head's all wrapped up. He's pouring his shit down there.
Sir, can I take a break? General?
Yeah.
Take a break. Just wild. So, yeah, I think the punishment for that child, 20-year-old, I call him a child, he's 20 years old, it should have definitely been
Let him go.
go to
Yeah.
ISIS, my friend.
Adios, bro.
Did you see Cosby made the news again?
I saw that Cosby and OJ were having words, and I didn't think.
Wait a minute, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, and I didn't think I should waste my time on it.
How
but yeah.
how does Cosby communicate? Well, there he is right
I'm
there.
not
Let's pull him
sure,
up,
but
Ash.
I
Pull up
did
his
see
picture.
that they there was something that OJ said, and I think Cosby responded.
How can Cosby respond?
I don't know. They said it. I saw it out there.
Does it say that in this article? It doesn't say anything about
Look
that.
at him.
No, it doesn't. It just talks about all his date rapes. Yeah, that's the most recent mugshot, though, and people are up in arms because he's smiling. I don't think that's a smile. I think his face is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I think he's just.
He is turning into the pudding that he
smiling.
once sold. Man, imagine him being in jail. Like, we do know stories of OJ being in jail that we've talked about on this show quite a bit, about, like, the guards being cool with him. I don't think Cosby's getting that treatment.
No, I would agree. I don't think he is. There's a couple of them in there that probably like him, tell him how much they love his albums and shit.
I saw a television station while I was in a hotel on the road playing a Cosby Show marathon.
Yeah, Cosby Show is still running left and right. It really is.
I mean,
crazy.
People bitch about this cancel culture shit. I'm
Yup.
like, what?
Yeah, and the Cosby Show is on and making money.
Listen, I get it. Theo's got to make a buck too, though. So you know what I mean? Like, that's the shitty part for all those people. They're like, I wasn't raping anybody. I got that shit was my fucking money.
Yeah, that was my
You
summer
know?
house.
Fucking poor, I don't even remember their names. Rudy's out there like, I haven't done shit. I got to get that residual check. Get that shit back on the air.
Yeah, he fucked it up.
Rudy. What's the other fucking thing that I was going to say about that? Oh, man. Shit. I fucking forgot, dude. I totally just spaced out. I've done a bunch. I don't mind telling folks out there, banking a couple episodes, being on the road, and Daddy's not good at that. So I promise you, this is going to be, I hope, the last time for a while that we bank episodes, and I appreciate you coming in.
No problem, bro.
Because, yes, we needed to get one done. I had one last story here about a Walmart. You've been to Walmart, have you?
Well, of course.
Do you like Walmart? Are you a
I
fan?
don't dislike Walmart.
It's,
there aren't
it
many
does what it
locally
does, yep.
here. You know, you go into Orange County or whatever, you get into Walmart. But yeah,
That's
Walmarts
true. I
are
have
fine.
not seen a Walmart since I've moved here.
Yeah, Panorama City, shit like that. But down near LAX, I think there's one.
Well, I used to
They're
live-
not readily available.
I used to live across the street from a Walmart back in my old life back home, and it was in the middle of like the woods kind of. Like I lived like in the, not the boondocks, but like or the boonies or whatever. But I lived in like a more rural type of area, towny type of area kind of shit. And the Walmart was a little wild at times. That was where everybody went. Hell, I used to use it as like a grocery store, a restaurant, a fucking coffee shop, everything. And that's what everybody was using it for. But I've noticed that, like, the Walmart employee, unless they're the old people out front of the Walmart saying how do you do and all that, they probably don't really give a shit about their jobs for the most part, Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say.
And oftentimes things can be left by the wayside. I've seen some toy aisles trashed. I've seen some things like that.
Oh, man. It looks like a bomb went off in some of those fucking stores.
Well, in this Walmart, it's a super center in Mexico. This is in Mexico, literally in Mexico. So imagine that Walmart. It's probably... It's probably cleaner, is what I'm saying. It's cleaner.
Yeah, cleaner.
They're all, I mean, hey, who's doing all the cleaning here in L.A.? You would think that this Walmart was cleaner.
Walmart in the world.
It's the cleanest spick and span Walmart you've ever seen. So this Walmart, apparently they don't give a hoot about much of anything. It says down here, in the backyard of the store, so behind the Walmart, there was all kinds of litter. There was everything from dirty diapers to food wrappers, shopping bags, and a gentleman was concerned about this, a resident of the town. So he thought like the trash would end up in the river that runs by the store. He was concerned about the environment with so much trash collecting back there. So what he did was he went about going to there and cleaning it up for them.
Nice.
He tried other things first. Like 3 years before, he said he brought it to their attention several times. He went there to talk to them. Oh, this is not in Mexico.
Where is it?
I fucked up.
You did?
M-E doesn't mean Mexico. There's a place called Mexico, Maine.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, it's Mexico, Maine?
The town is Mexico. The state is
No.
Maine. I thought it was. That's why I was so like, oh, this is just in Mexico. Because it said Mexico. There's a Mexico, Maine. Look at, dude.
Oh, so then this is a filthy fucking Walmart.
So it's the other way around, yeah. So they really got trash back there. Because I'm reading this river behind it. It's like some Native American word. I'm like, I guess Mexico. I'm going through my head. But no, it says Maine. So like this guy's brought it to the attention at several of their stores in the Western Mountains in Maine. Apparently it's a problem amongst all these stores. So when he arrived to the one store back on May 26th, he saw the familiar sight of garbage, and he began cleaning it up. And what they did was they arrested him.
Oh, wait, the guy cleaning it?
The guy cleaning it.
Why?
They raked from 20 feet to the pavement all the way to the bank. They dumped it. He's describing the trash. This was too much. I'm sorry, I'm skipping through this. I want to find out what they charged him with, because it's like, I think it was trespassing.
Get the fuck to clean the place up? This guy should get a lifetime of credit at Walmart.
Okay, so Bennett spent the morning picking up the garbage until Walmart employees noticed him. There was a whole deluge of paragraphs describing the amount of garbage, and I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. This is why I'm going to get papers back, friends, because I can just be like, I don't need that paper, and just move along. So the managers called the cops on him as they saw him cleaning, and in the end, technically trespassing on the store's property. Mexico police officer, Mexico, Maine, not a Mexican,
right?
Not a
not necessarily not a Mexican,
not a federale or whatever. He showed up, and the man, he figured it wasn't worth getting into more trouble over the matter, so he left the property peacefully. We don't know whether or not he picked up the trash and took it with him. For his part, Bennett doesn't regret his actions. So the cop just kind of threatened him. He says, I can't walk away from it anymore. I'm not going to let corporate Walmart shit all over Oxford County, Maine. They can do it in the rest of the country if they want, and the rest of the world. Probably not in Mexico, but they're not doing it here on my watch. So this man, I think he's kind of a Karen, Sean. Like, we get it. You don't like the litter, but how about you chill a little bit, Jesus? But he wasn't he wasn't like the terrorist earlier who wanted to get pussy and broke the law. You see, the cop showed up, told him he was trespassing, and he just left all that shit on the ground. He wasn't too adamant about it. I bet if it was littered with pussy, he would have got arrested.
He'd have been like, let me grab him.
He would have got...
Putting them all up under his arms, put one on his neck.
He would have got arrested faux show if it was just the backyard of pussy. But yes, no, we learn something new every day. There's a Mexico in Maine.
I had no idea.
If you're from Mexico, Maine, I want to hear all about it.
I want to hear it from you, too. You can literally say, I live in Mexico, and then just leave it at that.
I always thought there's a Mexico, New York, but it's like a really shitty, tiny town. Like, there's like 5 houses in it. And I used to drive through it when I would go up to like Ottawa to do shows. I'd see the sign. I'm like, it's snowing. I'm like, Mexico? The fuck? Why would they pick that? And I'm not anti-Mexico. I'm just saying we know what Mexico is. Why confuse us?
There should be one.
Yeah, make it New Mexico. New Mexico.
Right, new.
New Mexico. But thank you, Ryan Sickler, for coming onto the program today and hopping in at the last moment. I appreciate it, buddy. I don't know what I would have done without you. Please plug everything once again.
Thank you. Ryan Sickler on all social media, ryansickler.com. Please subscribe to the Honeydew Podcast at my YouTube channel. What else? Honeydew with Y'all is the Patreon. Submit a story. Come see me live. Everything and anything you need to know. If you're like, wait, what? It's all ryansickler.com. You can find it all there.
That's what's up, baby. And for me, I'm hoping to announce some new shows as I return from Florida. I'm going to have some that I'm ready to let you know about, hopefully. And you can always keep yourself abreast of the situation up on my Twitter, which is at @J_Potter. The link is right in the bio for all my shows. My Twitch, this YouTube channel, whatever you want, it's all in there. And same on my Instagram, at @Josh_Potter. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Next week, we'll have another interview, so to speak. My first interview show, you see, kind of. I'm doing like a one-on-one talk with the one and only Kevin KFC Clancy.
All right. That's
going to be exciting. Yeah, so check that out next week on the program. And as always, I will see you next Tuesday on The Josh Potter Show.